We are back after day 9 of Broncos Training Camp, and I've got exciting news. The Hall of Famer Steve Atwater, he's back.
Back, baby, back. Glad to be back, too.
Steve, and we know you were off in Canton. We hope you had a good time at the Hall of Fame, but glad to have you back here. Excited to talk about practice. Steve, I want to start as the Broncos kind of get back to work with the quarterback position. I thought all three guys looked pretty good today. Bo got his turn with the first team, had a couple of really nice throws down the field to Courtland Sutton, including a 25-yarder. And then also on the run, made a play to Lil Jordan Humphrey, so he looked good there. Jarrett Stidham was sharp, had a crosser to Greg Dulcich that got some good yardage. Zach Wilson made some good plays as well, a couple of short passes, but then also had a really deep one to Troy Franklin that we'll talk about. Steve, I know you haven't seen practice in a couple days, so when you compare what the quarterbacks look like today to maybe early last week, how much more comfortable do they look to you?
They look very comfortable. As a matter of fact, it looks like they're really comfortable even pushing the ball down the field some. It seemed like early on they're a little bit hesitant to throw the deep ball. They were throwing a lot of short passes, but I like that they're opening it up and feeling more comfortable. And hey, the receivers are making plays on the ball too, so it's working nicely. So got to keep it going. Yeah,
it's been good to see work in the middle of the field, working it deep, still taking kind of those checkdowns when they need to. But I think you're right, Steve. They look comfortable right now. One of those guys we just mentioned, Troy Franklin, maybe an up and down start to camp at times, but he had a good day today, caught maybe a 50-yard touchdown from Zach Wilson in 7-on-7, and then he had another nice kind of a comeback route that he caught from Jarrett Stidham in traffic. Steve, he's obviously a fast guy, but what do you like so far about what you see from Troy Franklin? Where do you think he can maybe fit in with this offense?
Yeah, well, he's a young, hungry receiver. I don't think he has any fear, and I think he has really good hands. You know, I watched him when he was at college along with Bo Nix, and man, they were a great combination. And I think that having Bo Nix as his quarterback still, I think gives him a level of comfort. But I think he's been coming along well. I think he's right where he needs to be at this point in time. You know, it's a whole new offense, totally new, and he's learning new guys and having to catch balls from a few different quarterbacks. So it's not an easy job for him, but I think he's been progressing along really well, and I think he's definitely going to contribute on this offense. And he's not afraid to get in there and block, get dirty with the defensive side of the ball. So I think he's a gem. He's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. He's talked to me about. Hey, the route running is just as important to him as the speed, and certainly when you come to the NFL, it's got to be both of those. And Jaleel McLaughlin, Steve, he talks about, hey, he's one of the hardest working guys out here, and certainly Jaleel knows a thing or two about what it means to work hard. He's always here, as we've talked about.
Right.
So when you hear that a young guy's taking advantage of that opportunity, working hard as they need to be, that's got to be music to your ears, right?
Yeah, it is, because you want your entire team to be like that, and you want to have your veterans coming in doing the exact same thing, kind of leading them down that road of working hard. This is how we're going to get there. There's no other way to get to the Super Bowl and win championships than hard work. That's the only way you're going to get there, and I think these guys know this at a young age, and they need to just continue it. Again, we've stacked some really good days. We just got to continue to work hard, continue to grind. Don't worry about what anybody's saying. Keep stacking good days, and good things are going to happen.
Steve, today's a particularly good day for you to be back with us because some movement at the safety position. Head coach Sean Payton said after practice the Broncos are going to move on from Caden Stearns, either letting him go or trading him if they can find a partner. At the time that we're recording this, nothing official yet, but that is the plan there. One of the things Sean Payton said, Steve, was he likes the depth at that position. Obviously, you brought Brandon Jones in to start. P.J. Locke looks like a guy who's going to be right there with him. But as you look at that group, what do you see and what do you like about maybe some of the young players that may now need to take on a larger role?
Yeah, well, like I say, P.J. Locke probably going to be the starter there. Brandon Jones, when he gets back from the injury, is in the lead for that position right now. But also looking at J.L. Skinner, I love his frame. I love his speed. I saw him doing some one-on-one earlier today, making plays on the ball in one-on-one. If you can get a guy in the field who can cover and also come up and deliver blows and knows the defense well, I think you got something special there. So I think he he's got to just continue to stack days, continue to learn his defense, the ins and outs of it, all the intricacies of it, and I think he's going to contribute quite a bit this year.
Yeah, and there's some other guys there too, Devin Key, Omar Brown, some other guys on the roster, some young guys. Someone's going to have to maybe take a step forward. Maybe someone earns a surprise spot on the roster, but it'll be fun to watch. And you mentioned Skinner, Steve. Over the last few days, I feel like he's come on a little bit, come up in some red zone periods to make some stops in the hole. So he's progressing nicely after not playing a ton a year ago. We will continue to see how that unfolds as training camp continues. But for now, for the Hall of Famer Steve Atwater, who is back with us in Denver, I'm Aric DiLalla.